What went wrong during Anthem's development? An investigative article shed some light into that rabbit hole, and Snapchat's getting into gaming. I'm Timothy Tien, and this is the weekly roundup. So we finally have some answers to the question of what the heck happened to Anthem. A Kotaku article from Jason Schreier sheds a lot of light into what went wrong during the game's development cycle, and I highly recommend reading the whole thing after this video because it explains a lot. But if you don't have the time to read it, since it is quite long, I'm gonna do my best to give you sort of a cliff-noted version. Let's just start out with the name. The game wasn't actually supposed to be called Anthem. It was supposed to be called Beyond, but because of various trademarking issues, the company ended up settling for the name Anthem just 1 week before the game was announced at E3 2017. Now, this may not sound like that big of an issue, but the developers have noted that the name Anthem didn't mean much to them, nor did it really represent what the game was supposed to be about. And the article notes how this particular event really represents the sort of last-minute practice that ended up happening throughout Anthem's entire development cycle. In fact, the game spent most of its years in pre-production, and most of the game's features weren't finalized until the last few months of development. A lot of the people who worked on the project didn't even know what kind of game it was supposed to be until the E3 demo. Essentially, the entire development of Anthem was plagued with, quote, indecision and mismanagement, horrible understaffing of departments, and a resentful relationship between two studios. Narrative reboots that resulted in the game not entering full production until just 18 months before the game's launch, and this is all just the tip of the iceberg. Anthem's failed release is a rabbit hole of issues piled on top of each other that created arguably one of the most disappointing releases of the year. After Schreier's detailed investigation was brought to light, Bioware decided to comment on the issue with a blog post that a lot of people are calling pretty dismissive of the overarching issue. The blog post states, quote, "We wholeheartedly stand behind every current and former member of the team that worked on the game, including leadership. It takes a massive amount of effort, energy, and dedication to make a game, and making Anthem would not have been possible without every single one of their efforts. We chose not to comment or participate in this story because we felt there was an unfair focus on specific team members and leaders who did their absolute best to bring this totally new idea to fans. We didn't want to be part of something that was attempting to bring them down as individuals. We respect them all, and we built this game as a team." The post goes on to mention how the criticisms that the article raises did not come up during their internal postmortems, and concludes by saying, quote, "We don't see the value in tearing down one another or one another's work. We don't believe articles that do that are making our industry and craft better." But what's particularly odd about this blog post is the fact that it went up just minutes after Schreier's piece went live. Schreier even noted how they sent a bullet-pointed summary of the piece to Bioware, and they didn't get a chance to read the article before publishing the blog post, which is particularly baffling. Again, I definitely suggest reading Schreier's piece when you get the chance, and go ahead and drop your own thoughts on it in the comments below. Now here's an interesting one. Snapchat is launching their own gaming service. They're unsurprisingly calling it Snap Games, and it's going to be built right into the Snapchat app. Now here's what's a little strange. Their main selling point is the ability to play with friends in real time, but that's not exactly new, so it'd be interesting to see what it does to really set itself apart. So far, all it has going for it is its lineup of exclusives like Bitmoji Party, which is apparently inspired by Mario Party, and their simplified version of a battle royale called Tiny Royale. My question is, what's their goal with this? Nothing here is particularly revolutionary, and according to this article by Tech Radar, you'll have to sit through ads during your play sessions, which is not exactly the most well-regarded feature within mobile gaming. What do you think? Is it worth it for Snapchat to jump into the gaming space? Let us know in the comments, and if you like our stuff, get subscribed and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. That's all for now, and I'll catch you guys next time.